speaker, dashing through pages. Chronicles, Gospels, prophets, sages. Leviticus, laws, to pause, find phrases. Turning them corners, no spiritual mazes. Genesis to Revelation, so divine. Flip them scripts, endless grace you'll find. Psalms singing sweet, unbroken lines. Hitting that rhythm, wordplay refined. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? Wake up early, the dawn's light shimmers. Spiritual breakfast, soul food dinners. Isaiah's vision, Ezekiel's figures. Walk through the fire, no one limbers. Kings and judges, prophets profound. Plowing the word, no mythical ground. Verse after verse, wisdom's bound. Heavenly soundtrack, soul serving sound. Anybody in here blessed? Anybody in here blessed? Bible in 1 year, we don't rest. Anybody in here blessed? No shortcuts, all divine routes. Listen to the whispers, no room for doubt. Parables drop stronger than gold faucets. Souls hydrated from divine prophets. Study the book, change perspectives. Carefully crafted, not too subjective. A year to reflect, learning perfect. Patterns of grace that time can't deflect. Old Testament drops deep and so real. Kings and warriors, covenant seals. Split that Red Sea, divine reveal. Commandments written, not made of steel. Bethlehem birth to cross on the hill. Unfolding the nappy blessings, pastor with skill. Scripture flip, every verse fulfilled.
Through the word, every verse, every chapter, nothing unheard. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Yo, online sermons, holy vibes delivered. Spreading light, got the sinners reconsidered. Psalm to psalm, man's like a holy DJ. Flipping through scripture, repping the Yahweh. Your emotes in the chat, praising the message. Flat cap on point, teaching eternal lessons. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick. Virtual congregation, united in devotion. 1 year strong, a spiritual promotion. He's a life coach with divine instructions. Streaming holiness, no room for interruption. Flat cap changed the game, new pastoral fame. Virtual shepherd, he's embracing the mainframe. In the comments, affirmatives and amens. With each Goliath tackled, faith extends. Everybody in here blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. 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 Digital pulpit, preaching like a pro. Followers grow as the faith overflow. Keyboard clicks, holy words they stick. Raining blessings down with a slick rhyme trick.
Flat Black cat pastor dashing through pages. Chronicles, Gospels, prophets, sages. Leviticus.
Sorry about that. The app did not open up when I opened everything up. So welcome in, everybody. We're going to hit a ride. 28 miles. Let me show you this. 27 and a half to be exact. 27 and a half miles away from halfway. And we're on the 14th. Now, tomorrow technically is halfway through, but like yesterday, I had no ride. So counting on having another day where that happens. So I would like to be halfway today. So we're gonna go see if we can get 27 and a half miles today. And who knows, sunlight, darkness might come before then, but we're gonna go head out. Man, come on, go. This is sticking out and that's bugging me. Okay, hang on. That might be why. Let me see this. Is there a twist in there? There we go. Looks like there was a twist in that, which can happen. So slide that back in, clip it in. There we go. All right, and we got microphone, and we've got started. So let's switch over to the... Okay, oh, and I gotta have the battery pack today. Don't forget that. That'll take a little bit more time to set up. Come on. Click, 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 click. Show up. There we go. So, let's go get our ride in, everybody. Burning daylight. And my legs are probably going to be killing me from all the walking in the last couple of days. So, and then sitting in the car. And I grabbed the wrong glasses. Of course I did. Oops. So just so you can see, there's a backpack strapped on. It's a couple of bungees. And then we'll pull this up. Nicety, nice, nice, nice. All right, I'm gonna go look and see if I can grab my sunglasses, which might end up being a pain in the butt on the end of the ride. Oops. Or, oh yeah, those won't do. We'll be strapping those bad boys on. All right, let's go see how much we can get done today. How bad my legs are gonna kill me today. Turn up. Oh, I've got it all the way up today. Oh, come on, do what I want. Do what my brain is telling you to do, not what my thumb is. There we go. So I hope we're gonna have a good day, a good ride, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Boy, I'm in the shade here. I'm really tempted to just ride in the shade, but that won't work. We need to go north, like we always do. Or like we usually do. I don't know about this always stuff. I always like to use the word always. Always do. But sometimes don't. How's that work? Oh yeah. Legs are not liking this. Galaxy, thanks for the lurks, bud. Thank you, thank you. How was your day? How was your weekend? I was unable to ride yesterday since the hotel did not have a bike. It had ellipticals and treadmills that were riding, so that did not work. Got 20 miles, Desire, going to and from therapy the other day. If I got a Google map, can I send in my miles? It doesn't work towards helping me, but I would take it. I would take it. I could have used that 20 miles yesterday. We did not get a ride in. Oh, my legs not happy. Not happy today. Like I said, walked around all day yesterday, most of the day today. Before and afterwards, long rides in the car. So, sitting for a couple of hours, walking for several miles, and now my legs are like, what are we gonna do? What? I don't think so. You're on your own. So we'll see how this turns out. There we go, starting to wake the legs up. And we got a stray chicken. I don't mean stray as in I don't know where it belongs. I'm just saying it's strayed from home. It's a little bit down the block from where it lives. Should be fine. It'll make its way home before evening, I'm sure. now my brain is going, do I want to go do hills? I don't want to go do hills. I want to do flats today. It is a beautiful day. It's the warmest day we've had so far this month. When I went to hop on the bike, before that it said it was 86 degrees out right now. So it is a warm day. When we did our ride on Friday, it was 50 degrees. So quite a jump in temperatures between the last ride and this ride. Morning and late or early evening, I guess. But yes, definitely beautiful. Maybe in another hour, we might get lucky enough to see some animals. We're a bit early for that. Unless you count roadkill. I've seen a ton of roadkill today, and there was just one more. Trying to think which direction I haven't gone, because there's places I could go further, you know, having more than 2 hours we could go further. Looks like we got just a slight headwind. That would be nice on the way back if that stays that way. We got a slight headwind coming off the lake, crosswind, a little bit of a headwind. I'm almost inclined to do a couple of laps to stay closer in case it's dark, but I don't know, we got plenty of time, I think. This is where I could ask Google, hey Google, when's sunset? But busy riding, it don't work. Oh, he's got a pack of DeWalt's in the back. That looks nice. You can leave those at my house. I won't complain. All right, we'll just scan the cows a little bit over here. Looks like most are in from the pasture. I think there might actually be a second half of that herd on the backside. Oh, check that car. I believe it's a 40 something. Nice to see a few people out just leisure stroll today, or roll or ride, whatever you want to call it. Enjoying the beautiful day. We'll capture a little bit of the sunset later. We won't be able to go up to the lake because we won't get it. It'll kill my signal. I wish it would show, but it just won't. It's not good enough. All right, that road looks busy. I was thinking about taking that one. I think I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna just take this out on the regular dead end, the hour route, and then I'll decide if we're gonna venture forth to the bike path and take that north from there. That might be what we do. And we'll go out to the ice cream, which I think we've been there before. We got close. No, we didn't turn north and go there when we did the ride by the orchards. We did a loop around town, and we went out to buy some orchards. That's what we did. We didn't go by the dairy. We'll go by the dairy. I think that's the plan. We're headed to the dairy the roundabout way. This is the place where I get my ice cream from. There's a grasshopper right there. I could have run him over. Super green looking too, like he just shed. Just molted or something. Oh man, legs are just not gonna enjoy today. 28 miles was gonna kill them. But I don't think we're gonna try to do more than an hour the rest of the week. So if we can hit 250 today, we'll just let it go. Get our hour ride in every day. Should be around 13 to 15 depending on speed and all that, and if it's actually an hour, blah blah blah. Might start adding another little loop in there. I sometimes add another couple miles on the other end of it. We might do that this week. We might just extend that hour a little bit longer. Most of the trees are off of that first tree, the pears. I've all mostly dropped, cleaned up, mowed underneath. To give you a little bit of a scenery as we go up this slight hill. Oops. Sorry, everybody. My cables for plugging everything in got caught, so it pulled the cam. So I'm not in the gear I usually am in, so 28 miles will take more than 2 hours at today's rate.
pretty good at just steady pace. Just pace, pace, keep the pace, hold the pace, move the pace, do the pace, hold the pace, stay the pace, do the pace, grind, grind, grind up the hill. Pretty good at that. But I'm not good at it as high cadence. Which would long term help me go faster if I can figure out more high cadence pedaling. But fast twitch muscles do not like high cadence. They want to just twitch and done. Like they're for acceleration. All right, you should know this by now. We get to the top of the hill. We're going down the other side. It's gonna get jostly, pixelated. We'll lose signal because we're going too fast in the camera and the signal can't keep up with me. But it's a beautiful day, so we're just going to enjoy every moment of it. We good, we good, we good. Rarely do I have traffic crossing that road, which is nice. Not pushing it heavy today, just enjoying the coast actually. Just coasting along. Now we got a flat, we'll pedal through this and then a slight down. I don't know if you enjoy mashup songs where they take one tune and they sing another song to it. I've been doing that my whole life, which is hilarious and fun. If they'd have had that when I was in high school, college, I would have had a whole channel all about that. I'd have been spending time and energy in it. I ain't got no time to do that. But I've got the tune Sound of Silence in my head and the song Big Butts I Cannot Lie, You Other Brothers Can't Deny. So if you don't know that one, it's worth a look up. I don't want to ruin it, so I'll just leave it there. All right. Legs, you're doing all right now. You're waking up. You're waking up. Is this going to be a good thing for you today? Are we going to be able to push? We're going to be able to go? Are we able to put a little effort in? I hope so. If not, it's going to be brutal. I mean, the mental can force you, and you know, that's all good and everything, but we ain't going to feel good about it. That guy does not sound pleased that he had to wait for a car coming the other way to get around me. I'm so sorry, buddy. So sorry. I have the right of way. And I'm not giving it up for you. All right, I think I'm actually going to take a slightly different path. We're not going to go the full way to the dead end that's right or left, the T, I don't know what you call it, fork in the road. We'll take a different route over the interstate we don't usually take. And we'll just do a little exploring. I love doing it. I haven't been down that road in a couple of years, so I don't remember exactly where it goes. So if we end up on a bad path, who cares? We got time. All we're trying to do is make miles. They all count. Dead end roads count as miles, my friend. Believe it or not. I'm also noticing tree color changing quite a bit. We got a bunch on the left there of little sumacs. I think those are sumacs. The little ones coming up, turning red already. And I've got some every once in a while leaves blown on the ground that are nice colors. Also, I think I was telling you all about doing goldenrod tea, and I just took like the pollen part, you know, and my daughter's like, do the leaves, take the leaves too. I'm like, I never thought of doing the leaves. Apparently the leaves are a thing, so we'll be doing that this week sometime. We'll be cutting a whole bunch down, so let the whole thing dry. Actually, I won't let the yellow dry. We'll harvest the yellow. I can make a tea out of that, and then we'll leave the leaves to dry. We'll do that. Christopher, welcome in. Hello, hello. Good to have you here, friend. Hope you had a wonderful day. Hope it's a beautiful night there for you. You should be well past the sunset. Was it beautiful today? Did you have a good day? We're trying to slip 28 miles in here before sunset. There's a chance, my friend. There's a chance. I really want to hit 250 today on the goal for the month, so that's what we're headed for. If it happens, it does. If we run out of daylight, it's just what happens. So, you know what? If you don't make a goal, you'll never make it. But even if you make a goal, sometimes you fall just a little short, and it's still all good. Yeah, Christopher, if only more people left their cars at home and rode a bike just like you, pollution would drop to zero quickly. Then it's almost midnight here. Yeah, I figured it was close to that. I didn't know if it was 11 or yeah, close to midnight. So, well, welcome in. I'm glad you're here. I'll tell you, I've watched studies that talk about what is the most beneficial thing to allowing or to how do you want to say it, making an impetus for people to decide to choose a bicycle over a car. And surprisingly enough, temperature is not a factor until you get to a certain below freezing temperature that's so cold nobody's out walking or anything. So 11:50, all right, so you're 6 hours ahead. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I track with that. So it really is accessibility and strictly designated bicycle route. So I can't remember if it's Norway or Finland or Sweden. I watched a study several years ago. I want to say Norway, but I haven't watched it in a couple of years. I could be conflating things. You can't use overalls then? No. It's so they designed cities and they studied cities where a lot of people bike. And if your city through the town makes the route easiestly accessible for pedestrian and bicycles. So let's just say whatever big city you are in, that the easiest route is given right away to bicycles and pedestrians, and you make the cars go around. So instead of going from point A to point B as a straight line with a car, you give pedestrians and cyclists that route, and you make cars do a loop around the city and take longer. Then people will choose the bicycle routes and the pedestrian routes when they're designated and they're primary in focus. And then a couple of the cities actually, if it snows, boom, those routes are plowed first. Cars can wait. pedestrian bicycle routes, they plow first. So it's pretty cool. I know they studied cities like Toronto as well in that. I do wear the bib shorts. I don't really, they're called bib shorts for cycling. They're not overalls, but similar to that. One of the problems too, like if you're in big cities in the US and in Canada, we'll put a bicycle lane on the side of the road, but we will not protect it from traffic. There won't be a barrier between the traffic and the bicycle lane. And then they will also not plow that in the winter. Well, if you don't plow it, no, they plow all the snow from the cars onto the bicycle lane. We can't use it if you don't give us access. So, but I'm not near a big city, and I don't usually ride my bike to the big city. Okay, Umea, you're trying to help me with umlauts and whatever that is. That just doesn't register. I'm sorry about that. Is pronounced similarly to how you would say expression oi or oh. I guess oh is a very bike friendly city. Oi, or just the whole thing is just pronounced oh. Umo or oh, I don't know. Cool, I like that. All right, so normally here we go straight. We're gonna take a right. If we go straight, we got a 1.5 miles, 2 miles, I'm not sure how far it is, to the next overpass over the interstate. We're gonna choose this one today. We've not taken this route. So here we go. We're gonna go over the interstate where all the cars are. It's been a couple of years since I've taken this route, so I don't remember how far we gotta go to get to the bike path. Now, part of the reason I'm not on the bike path is you have pedestrians that walk and they are oblivious to the fact that bicycles are on the path. Like they walk 4 or 5 across, block the whole path because they're walking and talking, and you announce that you're coming in to ride and they're surprised like, what? And they don't get out of your way. So it's usually more when there's tourists than now, but O is closest way to learn the name. Oh, okay, thanks for the help. It's one of those things where if I explored it regularly, I probably would get better at it, but I don't get encounters with that very often, so. That's just like people will show you the phonetic way of spelling and that just doesn't register with me. I don't understand the upside down E. I also have problems with vowels because you put any vowel you want in there, I can make the same sound out of the same vowel if it's a soft sound instead of saying its name. All right, crossing the interstate, not much traffic. Don't remember how far we're going. Or I mean, which way we need to go up here because it's been a while. But as we go down the hill, we'll gain speed, probably lose a little bit of signal. Apologies in advance, but stay tuned. All right. Just to give you sights, sounds. The shadows really make things like look like there's moving. I think that's kind of fun when the shadows just go boop, 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 boop. That's a nice smooth road. Yeah, I'm thinking I've been down this road once. So I do not remember all these trailers along this road. I see taillights, so I'm being a little cautious there if they were going to back up on me. Someone's working. Do you see the flag, perhaps? So we've got a little bit of wind at our back. Handy Randy. This should not be a busy road from my recollection. Oh, we got a cemetery on the left. Let me just show you that a minute. We have lots of little cemeteries. Oak Grove Cemetery. I think we got several named Oak Grove Cemetery. Wonder if they're connected with a parent corporation, or just because there were so many oaks that there's so many places named Oak Grove. Well, that's a nice road there. I've been once before. Okay, so we are across the interstate. Just thinking out loud here, everybody. So if this road keeps going, we could keep going past the bike trail and just see where we end up. We'd have a headwind coming back. That might be not fun, but that's super windy today. I don't think it'd be a problem. Well, if you're just joining us, we're out for a ride, trying to get 28 miles in today to get our goal for the month to halfway point. Do you perhaps offer to help me get across the Atlantic Ocean by boat? You don't fly when traveling, so I'd like to ferry to New York, but it's more expensive, so that's why you're asking. I don't have, I wish I had ways to help people do stuff like that. I don't. I'm still trying to work on revenue sources for income so I can keep doing what I'm doing. Sprint East, fool! Hey! So while I wish I could help, I do not have a way to help. Sorry, friend. I will, however, if I ever end up going across the pond, let people know where I am. And if I'm doing it far enough in advance, give you warning. So if you know the event that I'll be going to, you could see if it works to connect while I'm on that side of the pond. All right, so the trail crossing is here, which is what I was planning on taking. Yes, I'm reading the chat while I am riding. The app connects the stream to send it to my computer so I can stream it to on OBS, and it connects to chat so I can read what you guys all say. My curiosity has the best of me. Like that. Exploring. Always. That's not something I can fix. Yeah, it's staticky and glitchy for the past minute. Yeah, I apologize, Sprint. I'm in a national forest where I live. Not a whole lot I can do. I'm on 4G right now. That's the quality of signal I have. So it it can't keep up if I'm actually doing speed downhill, so I know that. And then sometimes when it's switching towers, or it just gets blocked in the forest here. All right, so over on the right here, there's gonna be some beautiful red leaves. So we're starting to, colors change, so I hope you can see that. Right there in the corner, the top of that one, a little bit of sunlight on it. Beautiful reds. Thanks for the follow. Maybe get a helmet with an antenna. I don't really think there's much way to boost the satellite, or not satellite, but the Wi-Fi, or not Wi-Fi, the data signal from my company. Is there a way to get a signal booster? I know you can do that when you're stationary, so I've done that for my mom in her house. But I did not know there was a way to get one while you were moving to get a signal booster for your phone. I might have to look into it. Oh, we got a nice smooth road now. Well, it's one reason why I avoided the bike path, because the bike path does not, it gets narrow, and then signal's not so good on the bike path. I like this road. This is a nice road. What a good selection we made today. Every house should have a signal booster on the roof. I like that thought. Or every single telephone pole, or every mile on a telephone pole. Great deal. What do we have here? Okay, that's just private property. Just happens to be somebody's driveway underneath. Okay, and we got a road going the other way for access to the telephone lines. Glad you're alive as well. Thanks, man. So you start to see some trees are turning, but I'm not seeing a lot yet. October's usually peak, late October. Ooh, there's a beautiful red tree. Hope you're... Ah, so we found the dead end up ahead. Oops. So we're gonna turn this way. I have no idea where I'm going. I have never been on this road. Ah, but we're in the shade now. Can't you talk with the county and ask people for making decisions? The 5G booster should be standardized on poles. They're not going to listen to me. Got a little downhill coming up. So I live in one county. I generally cycle in another county. So a little downhill. I'm not even going to try to accelerate. Just going to enjoy the coast. I'm disturbing the neighborhood dog. Neighborhood watch is alerted. Another set of telephone poles. As far as 5G goes, I have seen people talking about that. When they announced that there would be 5G, it was not as good as they were telling us that it was. I actually have 4G right now. So I've tried to check. There is not a better plan that I can get, but maybe there is an antenna I could get. So if we keep doing this after September, find a pattern and a rhythm, and we need an antenna, maybe we'll do that. Maybe it's you know, an investment that would be worthwhile. Ah, there's a signal there telling me I can go that way to Route 19, which is, that must be a snowmobile path to the bike path. The bike path is Route 19. I have beef with you? I'm not sure what you mean, Sprint. You mean cow? Like I'm gonna share cows with you, or like I have a issue with you? I missed something. Just commenting on your suggestion, and I don't think I would get anywhere at all with that. So you can see people aren't inclined to want the government telling them to do anything or expend any of their money. Ah, here's an egg stand I did not know about. Farm fresh eggs. Woo! Little bouncy. We'll get off that section. Move to the middle. There we go. Smoother. All right, we got to stop ahead. And it doesn't look like the road continues, so. Okay, well, there's a difference between video reception and not a phone call reception. There's no issue with phone call reception. We do have, well, not that, I don't know this county, but my county has upgraded all of their 911 service to digital. It used to be analog until like 2 years ago. And then they might not even have finished it all, but they were upgrading that to digital. And so I do have 911 service. That's phone call service. So that's different than having data for videos. So all right, I got no idea what name of this road is. We're gonna head back west. We got some horses out in the field eating some hay. I don't know if you can see them really well. I have been on this road, I believe, before. I now have 5G. So I got out of the trees there. I now have I have 5G. But you don't even need 4G or 5G to do phone calls. You just need that for video, data, streaming. That's a great question, though. Well, it teed into this road. Yeah, the one was dead end. Then we teed in. Since I don't know where I am, and I don't know how busy this road is, I'm just venturing back. This will cross the bike path. So, and then we'll venture further north. That house looks to be abandoned. The farm out there looks to be abandoned. You see the silo, the top of it's busted off. Nobody's storing any corn in there. Perhaps I could cut down enough trees to get a better signal. Yes. We have figured out, like, I can't go close enough to the lake to show you the lake. We've done it a couple of times. Signal always breaks down. There is not enough towers over there, and you drop some elevation to get to the lake, and the signal goes over the top of you, and your phone's trying to connect across the lake to Wisconsin, so that doesn't work. We gain speed, we have bumpy signal. I mean, there's like all these things we're discovering. Don't know how to fix them, but I can tell you what the problem is. Like there's a sign right there for if you want internet in your home, you need to hook up with HughesNet. Oh, I know what road we're on. I know where we are. I thought I had been down this road once before. Thought about taking that way, but we'll just, you know what, actually, let's do that. Let's actually go take that road. Changing my mind. Because the bike path is right up ahead, so I know where I am. And we got Assumption Cemetery here, so I'm guessing that's probably a Catholic cemetery. Doesn't sound like one that, it'd be a Protestant one. So we're welcome to Rothbury. So there, right up there would be the bike path, so we can go this way. We'll try this. There are lots of vacation houses in the US, like people just leave them. Yep. Those weren't probably vacation. It's probably an old farmhouse and somebody bought the land to farm and nobody lives in the old house. That's probably what that one was. Thought when you buy houses, you actually own it. You do. If you want to move, you have to sell it using a realtor. You do not have to, Chris, you don't have to use a realtor. You can sell one person to another person. Most people use a realtor and they do all the paperwork, make it all legal, handle all of that stuff, financing, all that. Well, not the financing, but making sure the financing goes through for how it interacts with the seller, all that part. So not your bank, but all the other pieces of that. But you also can own more than one house. So like these houses on the left here. Oh, vacant, sorry. So I read that wrong. So these houses on the left are really small. They could have at one point been somebody's vacation house. That farm was probably vacant because they were just farming the land or renting the land to someone to farm and no longer living there. Or we've got a vacant, could be a house there and they built a new house on the property. So they just build a new one and they don't do anything with the old one. You'll get that in a lot of places out here. So, yeah, you can have vacant houses that you own and nobody's living in them. That only really happens if you have more than one house. If you don't have another house, you're gonna live in the one you have. Sorry, I'm in an area where there's vacation stuff, so that's what my brain went to. A great question. I can't afford two houses. I can barely afford the house I have. I'm certainly not leaving it vacant. It also can happen too, for instance, if, let me put it this way. My mom has her own house. My brothers and sisters, we all have our own house. So if and when my mom passes away, none of us have plans to move into the house. So it will become a vacant house. Now, what would be advisable would be either we sell it or we continue to use it. So we could come up with a way to continue to use it. You go out there for vacations, you rent it, you make it useful for someone, or you sell it. But some of these houses are just going to be a second house on a property kind of thing. Or when that happens, the land is worth something, the house is not. So my mom's house is not worth much at all. The land is worth something, not for farming, but just location. So yeah, some houses are just left deserted due to having problems with bad spirits. I'm sure that's true in some places. I've not personally run into that. I do remember hearing about some houses that were vacant and having spirits when I was a kid, but I don't know what happened first. You know, if they got abandoned because of that or what the story was. Yeah, I've heard some of those same things. I don't have any firsthand experience. So I don't have any more insights on that. right, we do have the trees that closed up on me, so if we suddenly lose signal, apologies. It's a nice little ride we're finding ourselves on. Oh, come on. Uphill, uphill, go, go, go. Yeah, 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 yeah. We're totally over in a tunnel of trees here. Tunneled over. Ooh, chain jumped. Forgot I gotta clean my chain. Woo! Speaking of bad spirits, thoughts on Ouija board? Are they only used to release dark demonic spirits? I know demons can imitate your loved ones. Oh, okay, I see. Well, let me put it this way. If there wasn't an actual way to connect with spirits, people wouldn't do it, and there wouldn't be things like a Ouija board. Everyone would know that they weren't real, and that they can't do it. So clearly they can on some level. I'm not saying everyone can do it, but clearly they can be used. But I would not believe a spirit, because they can know things and share things, be nice to begin with, and then turn out to be, you know, evil and all of that. So I would not have any way of knowing how to determine any of that, nor do I want to. All right. I think I have an idea where we are. I think we're right up there, which should be the bike crossing. So I do listen to a podcast that does dive into some of that stuff, talk about it. So they're much more knowledgeable than I am. But if you go read about the witch at Endor, yeah, the witch at Endor, as in the Ewoks. It's in Samuel, 1 Samuel, I believe. I believe it's in 1 Samuel, and Saul goes to the witch at Endor, and the witch at Endor talks to Samuel. So, is there a possibility to actually connect with people? I bet there is. Do I trust that you're going to actually get the person and they're going to be who they say they are? Not a chance. I don't believe that. If I'm an evil spirit and you're trying to reach Samuel, and I go, well, I'm Samuel. Yeah. How do you know otherwise? You ask questions. They answer questions. They figure things out. They tell you what you want. You know, quick, somebody Google it. You don't think that there's some kind of demonic system for communicating that could answer Google type questions instantly? I bet there could be. You're about 5 kilometers ahead. Well, somebody just is ahead of me. In the opposite direction, at least, I'm ahead. Well, let's see. We've got the bike path here, so we might lose signal. We might lose signal. But we're out of the wind. Well, I should say we're out of the wind. There's wind here. We won't have a strong headwind. It's very difficult in here. We will have wind. We're going to pick up the pace. You can see that the leaves are on the ground. We're going to catch that person probably by the time we get to the next road. Well, the signal can't keep up with me. That's the problem. I wish that I could bag faster and I could catch the signal, but the signal doesn't know how to keep up with me. Like, it goes up and back down, but I'm not in the same spot. There's a decent pace here. I believe there's a little, nope, there's no bench. I said there's a little side stand there where I thought there was usually a bench. Maybe they took it out for the winter. On your left. We had some fun exploring. I can see a couple of bikers up ahead too. But here you can see, like, it's a tunnel of trees. So signal's hard to get in here. So apologies if I get lost. We won't take this home. You can put oil on it, it's just slippery. I love your thoughts, man. They just make me laugh. I'm trying to catch the signal. I don't want to put oil on it, it'll slip out of my hands. Had a culvert under the road there. Got a drop off and a creek on the side. You probably can't see it. The trees are so overgrown next to the bike path. But I got water on my left. So this used to be a railroad track. Mountains and rocks make you lose signal strength? Yeah. There's a lot of things that do. Ooh, that was interesting. There's a slope down and a bridge across the water down there. Not seen it before. You don't think trees block it? Well, it certainly feels like it. When I get in some of these sections, I lose signal entirely. I've had it happen several occasions. And it wouldn't have been elevation because it would just keep going straight where I was.
Hey,
Hey, hey! Sorry, I see a friend. I'm streaming.
Oh.
How we doing?
Good. It's Leighton, my wife Evelyn.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah, that's quite a bike.
Yeah. I got my battery, my microphone, my
Camera.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh my.
Yep. Get 500 miles in this month. So, trying to get 28 in today, so I'm halfway then.
Are you?
So,
Oh, you just got to keep moving.
I know, I do.
Yeah, you're halfway. Where are you going? Up to?
Well, I'm gonna go at
Shelby?
least up to the dairy miles I have, but I mean halfway for the month. If I get to 28 today, then I'll be at 250. So, oops,
Wow.
What's your goal is to do
500.
for a month. But
Well, September I've been doing that for several years of riding to help raise funds and awareness for kids cancer. So,
there you go.
Great.
Love it.
yeah.
Love it.
I have a guy that watches me that said he attended your church.
Oh,
So I'm gonna try to connect with him sometime.
okay.
So I
Cool.
can't remember his name because we just use streamer names. So it's Chill Will.
Chill well.
Chill Will.
Chill well. Okay.
So
You going Thursday?
try to remember. That's the what's Thursday?
It is upper room.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look at that.
It's
See.
the last one in this segment.
Okay. I hadn't been able to make those.
Yeah.
And I thought I saw the one that said they're going to be looking to start a new one. So
Yeah, and then they'll pick up. They're doing the next segment in the learning.
okay.
church's learning change group.
Okay.
So
I'll have to see how everything goes this week.
Yeah.
So,
hopefully we'll see you there.
all right.
Have a good ride.
You too. All right, it'll take me a second to get caught up on chat here. So that's a pastor friend of mine. We used to get together more regularly, and we even did a couple of times where we did sermon planning together. All right, what did I miss? Okay. The quality's unchanged? Oh, that's good to know. Because when I've gone the other direction on here in the trees, I've lost quality a lot. Okay, tell them I'm riding across the acres past them in a while. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it'll cross all the way through? Yeah. You're falling and I can't get up. Okay, let's get back underway. We're getting a good ride, but I recognize, I'm like, dude, I gotta say hi. He's also someone that I try to go disc golfing with. So, oh, heard something in the bushes. All right. Well, if there's no signal loss here, then it'll get worse further north if it does, because we really get the path totally wrapped when we get further north. So we've got a couple of miles to the dairy. I'll pause there. I'll check how far we are. So depending on when, I can make it home from here in 45 minutes. And that, we went to every disc golf course we could within an hour drive. Usually it was Friday, I think. Hard to remember now. We'd go disc golf, we'd go to 2-3 courses, and then head. Slow down. The squiggle is scrambling now. See? Okay, we got a food processing plant on the left here. Now it's okay again. Could it just be like, maybe it's just more of where I'm between cell towers and it's not trees. But for some reason, it does seem to be more often when I'm in the trees than I'm on the road. I don't know what to tell you. Could be totally unrelated. Could just be entirely. On the right side here. Got other stuff going. What is bad again. Yeah, here I'd blame it on, because there weren't a lot of trees on the side There's a building on the other. All right, got a couple of miles to the dairy. Got them. Got a person. You're by Faith, welcome. Still interference? Okay. So this is why I was saying I don't think we'll take the bike path back. I get interference on the bike path. So this is US 35 North, bicycle, US 35. We got Tri-County feed. Oh, that's where that is. Okay. I should have known where it was, duh. Got a molasses container there, liquid molasses, with a growing next to it. One of the guys I know, he and his brothers own Tri-County feed, but I usually see him in mine. So this is the town north. They've got another one. All right, let's pick up a little more speed again. Oh, we have animals. Oh, it's a person with a couple of dogs. Okay. Molasses, isn't that Moses' brother? I've never heard that joke. That's an interesting thought. Moses and molasses. Evening. Well, this time of day, I think we're mostly going to get locals. So my buddy's there from a town that, well, we're both far away from our houses. Let me put it that way. We got a runner coming. You wonder if you could have connected your Xbox 360 remote, if you could control your steering just like in a game. I'm sure there's a way it could get set up to do that. I mean, I've got cams on my fish. See, there's a bench on that one. There's little turnouts where you can stop. On my fish, I got pan, tilt, zoom, and I control them remotely. So I bet the app that I use, and I'm not using the app for the gimbal. I just have the gimbal on and I'm using a different app. So I'm not connected to the gimbal with Wi-Fi. But if I was, I bet there's a way to connect and control that remotely. So you might not be able to steer my bike, but you could steer where I'm looking. That'd take more battery. So not planning on it. All right, we're coming up on a crossroad. This is M20. I take this route all the time to go to my mom's house. Crosses the state for a good ways and then I can head north. You suppose. It would be, well, I'll tell you what, if you're going to control, then you could pedal too for me remotely. That would be fun. I could just ride along and you control and remote drive me and pedal. Now I'm down. Now I'm down. Like, this is gorgeous here. Like, if I don't lose signal in this, I'm inclined to start trying to take the bike trail. I guess we'll take the bike trail all the way back today, and you'll just have to tell me how often do I lose signal. Because when I took the bike trail where there's more people and bigger city going south, we kept having problems with losing signal. You can see me across some tall grass in a field. Woo! Well, I have a cousin. I love when things just spur your memories. I have a cousin when I was a kid who ran across fields, got bit by a rattlesnake, had to have surgery to remove part of his calf muscle. Got all his a year later or whatever, running across the field, got bit by a rattlesnake on the other calf or shin. All right, so we got the dairy on the right here. I'm gonna pan, so if there's some cows, you'll see them. So this had happened before I was born or have memory, so you know how family stories are. But I remember that cousin pretty fondly just because of that story. And then he had scars on his legs to show too. So you know what? I don't know if it was really rattlesnakes. Maybe it was something else, but that's the story I heard as a kid, and I'm sticking with that story because it's cool. All right, so here's the dairy. Look at bicycles are welcome. So we're gonna pause here. I'm gonna check my miles, see how far we are, and make a decision if we're gonna go a little farther north or we're gonna head back. Would you believe it? They have a cow standing guard. I'm just pedaling over here to see if there is any cows to see, and I see no cows to see. Okay, sorry. We'll stop up here by the bike stand, check all our stuff. So if you ever come visit me and you want ice cream, you will come here, my friends. We will not go to any places in town. I don't care if they serve the same ice cream. We are coming to the source. All right, so let me see what we got for miles. We are at 12. Oh, sorry, we're at 15 miles. Yeah, we should be good. We head home at 15 miles. We should be, well, let's check when we get home to be 28. We should be good. We should be good. We're headed home. Loving it. Loving it. We're at 15. Super duper cool. We just need to get home and we'll have our miles. Like I said, I will check before we quit today. We did that the other day and I did not, checking for a bike coming, I did not check how many miles, and we were like 0.3 or something from what I wanted to get to. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So, all right, so we're headed back. We're gonna take the bike path the whole way and we'll see how often do we lose signal. Now, this was, I mean, to come out here is slightly uphill as an incline for the whole thing on average. So we'll have a slight decline the whole way. We'll have a slight tailwind the whole way. So we could be home in 45 if I was flying. So let's shoot for 55 today. 55, 60 to get home. Just 115 to get here. It does have, by the way, like right now I can see that I am bouncing between 3.5 and 4.2 megabytes per second and 2.5 gigabytes and 60 frames per second and slightly less than that. So car approaching. And we clear. All right. Pack it on in. Just want a nice, good, steady pace all the way home, baby. We'll pass the guy with the dogs first. I suspect the other gal that we saw riding has already made her way to where she was going. I didn't see her pass her again, so. See if I run into my friend again. We will not stop and talk this time. And anybody that's coming in new, welcome in. Lovely to have you here. I love backseat drivers telling me where I should go. Some days we just full on do that. You tell me where to go and I'll take a right, a left, and give you some options. Today we're just headed back. I don't know if you could see there was a couple of X's there over the bike path. There was a patch, and it's not a fun patch to bump over, so. It was my cousin's name, Hysterical Biterson. Hysterical Biterson. That's a funny name. His name was Randy. So he was much older than me. But he's not the one that told me the story. So it wasn't me as a kid hearing the stories from him. I heard the stories from my dad, who also could have made them up. Could have just been telling me not to go run in the field, because I did all the time. So it could have been one of those stories, you know. The moral of the story is obey me, son. And the story doesn't have to be real, if it's real. It could be one of those. It's funny, for years on some of those things as a kid, I wholeheartedly held on to them as 100% factual. What I should do. I like a kid. So, long, all grass. And now it fails in the signal again. Thank you for the alert. So that's one. Maybe we should have a tally here for failed signal. One. And we know it failed up here by the building. And we're back. Okay, so we're at 1. I'm gonna have to get a command here for signal fails. We're gonna have to create what should we call it? Back to the trails. Ooh, you got people touchdowns? No, we're counting technical difficulties. I'll just wait till we're past it. Well, Christopher, the way I'm doing it is I'm broadcasting the signal from my phone through data to my computer, and then doing all the uploading from my computer to Twitch. Because if I just try to live stream from my phone to Twitch, it just won't work. There's there's no signals. Now we're back. So this is one reason why I've avoided going on bike path usually, is I just end up with signal problems on the bike path. So we're past the building. There was one other section up here that had tech problems for signal. So I know when we can turn and avoid the bike path. So we'll see how many times we have tech difficulties between here and there. And if it's 3 or more, we're off the bike path. If it's only 2, we'll stay on the bike path. Because I know that there was one. There was one right up here. So if we have 3 or more, we'll get off the bike path when we hit that road. If it's only 2, we'll press on. I do have 5G now, so maybe that'll help. Stable so far? All right. We got a bunch of sumac here. Now a lot of people think, oh, poison sumac. White sumac is the poisonous variety. The red sumac is not. So now would actually be a good time to harvest sumac. You can make teas. You can add as an ingredient to other things. You'll dry it out generally first and then use it. I've done that before, but it's like, I don't really know that I like the flavor. There's not much there. So all right, so when we were turning on the bike path, I actually thought it was this road up here we're gonna cross that I was on. I didn't realize we were a whole nother mile, 2 miles south of that. I think it's probably 2 miles. All right, crossing the road. Now, some of these I will go, like when I'm trying to do oh, there's a car right there. Huh, interesting. Car coming both ways, but that one is almost a blind corner. So a lot of people come to almost a complete stop to cross. I will often try to keep going as fast as I can, have my hands ready on the brake. hear me? Not so much talking when you're downstairs. Oh no, that's our walker. On your left. Yep, thank you. Now we're back somewhere, okay? Yeah. Dog did not like me riding past it. All right, so we knew that one because we had a problem going the other way. So we knew that one was there. Yeah, when you're telling me that it's gone bad, I'm not trying to push it to talk. So if you can't hear me over that, I'm probably also not talking if I know that you've said it's bad. I got a really good pace right now too. So maybe I don't know what pace is. I would have to guess I'm at like 17. On your left. The audio is crackling right now. There's also a bunch of leaves and debris on the ground. It might be picking all of that up. And my bike's got a little chirp going too. So you might be picking up a lot of leaves that are crackling. Samarella! Welcome in, friend. Happy Monday to you. I'm still on Sunday. Hope you're having a blessed day. Hope today is a blessed day for you. We're trying to get to the 28.5 miles for today, which will put us over 500 or 250 miles for the month. You had a small update actually. It's the official update you've been waiting to give from your doctors. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm excited. By the way, if the signal goes out, Samarella, I'm in a forest, so it comes and goes at times. Not really sure if it's happy or blessed day though, Pastor, but meh. Okay. 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 Well, I'm excited to hear from you. That's what I'm excited to hear from you. So. And if anyone is not on my Discord, you can go check it out. I was at Ren Fair, Renaissance Festival over the weekend. It was kilt weekend. And so there are some posts of me and my kilt. I am not Irish or Scottish. My wife is Scotch-Irish. And so I wore the clergy tartan, which works for occupation. Okay, that's a long one. Let me scroll back. They confirmed that chemo is not an option as it'll be too heavy and only option would be surgery, but can't have one due to other surgeries you had recently. So with that being said, doctors told me that you have to be like 11 months. So that's almost a year for me. So yeah. Okay, well, news is still news, and I'm gonna celebrate that you have some answers. We got a couple of bikers recumbent down low. So I'm thankful that you have answers, and we'll be praying that the process of healing from the previous surgeries goes so well that if it is needed for the surgery, you'll be able to have it sooner than 11 months. That'd be my prayer, if that's all right, Samarella. You know, historically, Christopher, I do not know the answer to that, if historically women wore kilts or Irish women wore kilts. I don't ever really see them wearing much in historical settings, but so I don't know if they do, but at the Renaissance Festival there were some that did, but it was actually mostly guys. Women were wearing other outfits, and I would say only about 15% of the people there were doing Irish, maybe 20%. If I come in to people doing Irish, maybe it was 25, counting all the women that were doing green and Irish, and a bunch of leprechauns and people with green cloaks. So yeah, chemo is lethal, yes, because it burns organs. Yeah, they do get better, or they have been getting better, to be able to have more targeted forms of chemo and lower doses of things. But yeah, chemo essentially is trying to kill what's going on in your body before what's going on in your body kills you. All right, we got 3 people sprawling the road, which is why I don't usually take this path. Actually, Pastor, by 11 months, I mean, it's all I have left. Oh, sorry. Oh, you needed surgery within 3 weeks. Okay, I misunderstood you. Okay. Well, we'll be praying for a miracle then. You miss how women were dressed back in the 1800s? Ah, ask for a referral abroad. That's an interesting thought. Second opinion. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether that's possible. Sorry, Samarella, to hear that I misunderstood that diagnosis. I thought it was 11 months, then you can have surgery, not you need the surgery in 3 weeks and you have to wait. Well, we're just gonna pray for a miracle, Sam. I miss how men dressed 100 years ago. Ooh, we got a vibrant red tree. Leaves turning red on the top of that one. Some of the early trees turning little bushes. So hopefully you enjoy that. Oh, we get a little bit of a sunset happening. We got time. We got time today. I always get teased that I missed my era of living. You know, I list the era of hats. I should have lived 100 years ago, 150 years ago, in the high day of hats, and I say that would be lovely, but I'm bringing Dapper back. Yeah, we're gonna bring the hats back, baby. It's a solo mission, one that I'm gonna take on. It's not a solo mission. I need all my friends to help. Yeah, even with a referral, you can't have the surgery, too risky for you. Your type of cancer is rare. Once it gets back within the surgery, it gets too complicated. Yeah. No interference so far. Okay, well, that was the turnoff there. That was the turnoff. So we're gonna count interference from here home and see how many times it is. So far what we're seeing is the interference is actually closer to the town. Huh. Wonder if it's local businesses causing interference with me. Because that one is definitely a business. There's a big church. It's through the woods there. Don't know that they would be, but if there's a security system, could possibly be. Hadn't thought about that before. Those 2 spots that we had could definitely be places with security systems. All right, we're taking a little jog around here. This is probably not the way the original bike path actually, or not bike path, the railroad actually went. It probably went straight through, because you can see you could go straight through. And we are losing daylight. We are losing daylight. We'll be home, hopefully, before the daylight. We might get a beautiful sunset that we can film. We'll see what happens. I'll give you a peek right here. See, it's setting. It's setting. I would say that's 45 minutes by the horizon. I might be wrong, but I'm saying that's 45. Hard to accurately guess that when you're riding through trees. Oh yeah, this is one of my this is my wife. Loves to ride this trail. She only rides the trail. I usually ride the road, but definitely that's why I want to stream them and share them with people. Yeah, not this month, not next month, maybe November. I will go back and edit all of these rides into nice, peaceful rides that you can just relax to. I'll edit them down, get all of the interference out and all of that stuff. Oh, we got a road crossing. And that's the route we came in earlier and went across, I believe. So. Say, all of you Europeans hanging out with me so late at night. That's not who I thought would be here. But loving having you here. Love having you here, friends. We got some oranges. We've had reds. Look at all these oranges in the trees. I mean, they're looking yellow on camera because my camera lightens things up more. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe it's my glasses that tint them. They do look yellow when I pull my sunglasses down. Okay, so my sunglasses are coloring them. All right, anyway, we got leaves turning. They're beautiful. Still no big interference. Well, good for us. We're gonna make it. I'm gonna stand and stretch my legs. They're feeling good. So we've got ferns that are turning. We've got sassafras trees that are turning. I don't know the names of all the trees, but they do kind of go in species. Species will go and then another will go. They have their different shades. It's so beautiful. This is why this is my favorite month of the year to be outside. 86 today, 50 degrees on Friday. Like, you know, how can you not love it? There's something for everybody. I think we will take that road sometime soon. We pass that. That's the one we stop at the top of the hill. No, is that the top of the hill? I'm trying to think here. No. That's at the bottom, through the woods there. That's the one at the bottom. We can turn and take. I know it goes out a ways. we might try that one. If we got no significant wind tomorrow, maybe we'll do that one tomorrow. All right, we're just grinding out this little path. I mean, it's a slow roll, like tiny grade, maybe 1.5% grade. Maybe 2. I still think that's something I want to see if I can figure out. Getting a grade thing that would tell me just a level, but it'll tell me what degree slope I'm on. And I can put it on my bike, level it out, and then I'll know if I'm going up, how far up, and I can gauge myself that way. That'd be. You know, have a dream that you'd wish to do before you get older? You know what that is? I'd like to sleep at Stanley Hotel in Colorado for an entire weekend. I don't know Stanley Hotel. I will be going to Glen Erie Castle in April for the second time. That's in Garden of the Gods near Colorado Springs. So if it's anywhere near there and you want to go to Nerd Culture Ministry Summit, Christopher, I mean, they held it there here. They're going to hold it there next year. So there might be some chance that they're just going to continuously hold it at that location. Because you can stay in a castle and play Dungeons and Dragons in a castle. It's also known as Overlook Hotel. No, doesn't ring any bells. Is it near the Grand Canyon then? That would be my next guess. I have been to the Grand Canyon. It was not a planned trip. It happened spur of the moment while we were in Las Vegas. My best friend was renewing his wedding vows, and I booked my tickets. I booked the hotel that he was in, all of the stuff. And then his sister couldn't make it on the day he was gonna do it. So they scheduled it. And I'm like, they did it like 2 hours before my flight arrived. I'm like, seriously, dude? I'm come only for this. And then you changed the dates. Like, I couldn't get the dates changed. So we were there an extra day and we're like, what are we gonna do? So we went to the Grand Canyon for the day. It was gorgeous. All right, so if we get interference coming up here, there will be a gas station, party store that crosses from a side road somewhere in here. So that's what I'm wondering now, if it's security camera stuff. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Oh, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, is that it? If I'm right, I have no idea that that's in Colorado. It's such an old movie, and I don't always care about details like that. And if I'm wrong, I still have no clue. Maybe Jack Nicholson was just quoting that from some other place that you are referencing it to. Well, I just know the Disney Haunted Mansion, but I have no idea where that is. Is that what it is? I don't know of any other haunted hotel. Oh, Norman Bates? Is that what you're talking? The Bates Motel? I mean, the Bates Motel, I don't know where that is. That'd be the only other, well, I guess that's not haunted. That's just got Norman in it. I don't follow haunted stuff. That's fine if you are. I mean, I don't, if you like and enjoy that and want to go spend time, have fun. Oh, The Shining. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen The Shining. I know of it, but I've probably seen the Jack Nicholson quote and I'm taking it from the wrong movie. Or he's quoting it from The Shining and it got put out there because he's just talking about himself. Okay, I know what movie you're talking about now. I had no idea. Got some beautiful colors here. I hope you're enjoying this. And I'm glad that we are not having any interference here. Is very special? Okay. Well, I think anybody can have anything have a lot of significant meaning to them. So, I don't doubt that. Just doesn't have any for me. As cycling probably has not a lot of meaning for a lot of people. Oh, why? Also, let's see, the Vuelta, wonder how that went today. The Vuelta España, I pay attention to that. Still no interference, yay! All right, I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's security systems. Because the one in the building there certainly was causing problems. That could easily be a security system. By the way, I do know, so that makes some sense on one level. So a guy that I watched, and I watch him occasionally, not too often, which is the whole reason why I wanted to actually stream, because I watched him stream riding his bike across Canada. He could not go to a Timmy Ho's, and if you're not from Canada, it's Tim Hortons. Tim Horton was a hockey player. He started his chain of restaurants. They have coffee, they have donuts, and then they have sandwiches, like breakfast sandwiches, burgers. I think they have burgers. I've never gone there for lunch. They're mostly, people talk about going there for breakfast and getting their donuts and stuff. Anyway, he could not take his bicycle up to the Timmy Ho's because it would block everything. So he would just get off his bicycle, leave it parked, point it at the Timmy Ho's, go inside, still be on his microphone, talking, ordering, and come back. But if he went close to the Timmy Ho's, it would block everything out. So I'm wondering if that's what it is. I wonder if it's security systems. Maybe we've solved the issue. You think you've heard of them? Yeah. I live next to Canada, and we've had a few in the state, and we have people that go to Canada and talk about them here. So further south, south in America, people may probably not know what a Timmy Ho's is. Yeah, and unless you follow hockey, you probably would not know who Tim Horton is. My daughter always raved about them when she lived next to Canada and would go there. And she was really sad when the one that's a half hour from my house closed, but I went there twice. So, all right, we're doing good on our riding here. We are just about to come up on a exit from the interstate, so we'll have a busy road. And then from there, we will start to make our descent into town. So if we get interference along this section, there is another couple of businesses on the backside that if we're close to them when we have problems, we again might think, security system. So one of them is Grease Monkeys. They're there. I'm trying to think what the others are, but I know of that one would be a place that might have a security system. Oh, you'd like to go to Iowa 80 as well, the world's largest truck stop? I have been there many times, Christopher. It is really big. You can spend some time there. That used to be a regular, I lived in Iowa, so when I would drive back and forth from Michigan to Iowa, that would be a regular stop. Like we would leave home, we would stop there, then we would make one stop when we got close to the Michigan border, and then we'd make it the rest of the way. So we'd make it on 2 stops. We probably could do it on less than that, but it was kind of like, you know, kids get out, use the restroom, get a bite to eat, you know when it's happening. You get your gas, you park your car quite a ways away sometimes. Football is the most famous here. Oh yeah, not American football, yeah. I know more people in motorsports and cycling than I'm going to know in any other sports. I don't know football, I don't know American football, I don't know baseball, I don't know basketball, unless they've been in basketball for like 15, 20 years, or football for 15, 20 years, or baseball, I don't know who they are. And if they're in soccer, I got no clue. You know what, on the GMO, I'm gonna guess they might be anti-GMO. I do not know. And if they have vegan and vegetarian, I don't know. It's a good question. I'm thinking they could, you know, but I don't know if it would be strict enough depending upon the reasons why you wanted to be vegan or vegetarian. So that's a great question. All right. Good timing on this part. Okay, so we did just go past gas station, so no interference there. Oh, GMO is genetically modified organism. So it's where scientists are playing with the genetic makeup of the food to splice it with other things. So like you might take a gene from one wheat and you take the wheat and you put it into barley so that you can get drought resistant or something like that. So that's one of the things that happens, but there's a lot more complication than what I'm simplifying it. Oh, in the US, there are no rules against it. So we have a lot of it in our food system and they don't even have to tell us. It's just one reason why I try to buy from my local farmer. Because my local farmer probably had seeds in the family for quite a while, not doing crop production, and heirloom varieties is what we usually call them here. Oh yeah, there you go. Grapes without seeds. Watermelons without seeds, that's a good call there. Yeah, GMO kills other stuff close to it, yes. It also, some of them are bred to not actually be able to reproduce their seeds, so you have to keep buying from the seed company. If you actually get it on there, there's all kinds of complications. All right, we got 2 cyclists ahead. I think we're about to Grease Monkeys. Oh, no, we're by the lumber yard first. On your left. We'll figure it out. Yeah, not to mention the pesticides. Totally agree. I think pesticides and herbicides are the biggest problem in the food system. That's my opinion. Because we don't know what's there. We don't know what they do. They're not tested on people. So I think they're a huge, huge problem, causing a lot of the stuff that we have that might be cancer. But that's my opinion. No proof. I've seen people that try to show proof, but it's correlation, at least. Causation, don't know. Yeah, food with every, even a bit of chemical or artificial interference is a big no. Yeah, they won't allow it here. I am so thankful for that. I wish we wouldn't allow it here. All right, we're losing daylight. We should be able to get home before sunset. It's gonna be close. I don't know if we'll see the sun or not. Well, they've decided to ban it for now. I don't know if it's from now on, because somebody can lift the ban later. So I'm thankful that they're doing that. I wish they would do more. I wish that they would ban anything that is petroleum based in the food system. That's the ban I would love. Nothing petroleum based in the food system. I just can't believe there's any health benefits of it. And yeah, I know the consequences of having less food. I think we could be okay with less food. A lot of us eat too much. We also throw away a lot in the US. I'm not speaking for any other country. In the US, if our food doesn't look a certain way, we get to market. So, a little stuttering in the signal, okay. We just crossed the VFW, could have been that. We did go past the grease monkeys, as I mentioned. There was also a lumber yard. Could have been one of those. We are so close, everybody. We're so close. I'm gonna take a peek here at how many miles we are at. We are at 26 miles. We need 2.5 miles. Okay, we need 2.5 miles. Okay, so I think I know what route we need to take then to get home, because this will be a half mile, we need 1.5 miles. We need 1.5 miles. Yeah, food that's sold during the day should be given to the poor people so they'd survive as well. At least send food to shelter. And there are places that do that. There are places that do that, Christopher. But there's a level of food that it has to look a certain way. And even if you sent fresh food to give to the poor, they're not used to seeing food that has blemishes of any kind in it. Food with blemishes often doesn't stay ripe as long, and it goes bad, it goes to waste. So it does sometimes, get used, but we have so high food waste in the US. And then our restaurant system also has very high food waste. Our portion sizes are too big. Food gets thrown away. Extra food gets cooked that gets thrown away, because the regulations are so high, and for good reasons, to keep people safe. But even at restaurants, they often cannot donate their food to shelters and stuff. It's really strict in some places to be able to make it happen. All right, we're coming through town. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can you believe it? We're gonna get a sunset. I'm peeking around here. It's just up the hill there. Oh, we got ice cream. I'm gonna get off so I'm away from people. All right, it's just there at the top of the hill. It's behind the trees. It's behind the trees. Just right there, just at the edge. On your right. On your left. Thank you. You do know the expiration dates for eggs doesn't matter, that eggs can't be eaten after that, right? Oh yeah. Most expiration dates are sell-by dates. That does not mean spoilage at all. Yeah, I do understand that. Oh yeah, these houses here, these are condos, and we're past the marina. Sorry, if you saw the marina, we got a marina back there. So, and this is the boat launch for people that don't put their boats in the marina. And you can see across the lake, there's another marina for all the sailboats over there. And we got some people out there fishing. Oh, and just saw a little bunny rabbit running off the trail. Freshly built? No. Oh, across the way there are some freshly built, but those ones right there, no, those were new, or aren't new. They've been there a while. They might have had a paint job or something. I am in Michigan. Lords of Acid, I am in Michigan, Western Michigan. That lake right there is the end of a river, and that lake runs right into Lake Michigan. So, you were guessing Virginia? I'm a little bit further west, my friend. Nope, I'm north of there. Good information there. Battle Creek, no, I know where that is. AKA Lower Canada, RCN. I am north of Muskegon. So I'm north of the Muskegon River. No. Christopher, Detroit's the opposite side of the state. I am hours away from Detroit. And see, that's how you are prepared to stop when you come up to an intersection. And we're gonna have a sunset right through here. That's gonna be hard for me to watch as I'm cycling. So if I miss something. You're in Battle Creek, Lourdes? Hey, cool, man. Well, welcome in, glad to have you here. So, no, Detroit is like 3.5 hours, 4 hours, depending on traffic from my house. So I was north of Flint. I was in Grand Blanc for the weekend, and Flint is about an hour from Detroit, and that was an hour drive to get there today, or get back from. Yes, God's light is shining on us. Okay, it'll keep peeking in and out of the clouds as we go up this hill. You have an e-bike and you ride similar trails. My best friend from high school is down in Kalamazoo, so I do go down there occasionally and ride with him. Not often, you know, a couple of times a year at most, and sometimes we meet halfway. We meet in Grand Rapids. So now it's stuttering. Okay. My guess is I'm in a valley. It's part of the problem. You donate plasma? My son donates plasma. All right, we got a little baseball field. Got a car coming. Taking his own sweet time. Sweet fancy Moses, do you have a gas pedal? Down in the valley so long, hang your head over, hear the winds blow. No. Like in your body, like part of blood. So, yeah. Warp plasma, no. Like part of your blood. They take the plasma out of your blood and use it, and you can make donations up to 3 times a week. I don't know much more than that. I know, dang it, they're not making plasma cores, I know. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet through this section because I do know there are often deer or turkey in this next half mile. So I'm gonna be quiet. We come out, I'll try to see if we get a sunset. All right, I don't see any animals here. There still could be a couple, but so we did come up on a electrical station right there, and we have a couple of business. I got a big business on the right that could have security, a business on the left here that could have security, but I'm gonna guess it was the electrical power station probably causing problems. All right, let me quick check how many miles we're at. We're 27.9. We're 27.9. We need 0.6 miles. The tea you would like to brew is tee hee hee. Well played, friend, well played. All right, so I was pretty close on my time to get home. We're at 37 after the hour, and I said about 45 is when we should get here. So 40, 45 is when we should get here based on time. So we just need 0.6 of a mile, which may be really close. I might just do an extra loop just to make sure we're over, no rounding errors, because I do not want to not be over 500. I mean 250. Our goal is halfway. Oh wait, I mean 27 and a half, not 28. We might be there. I'll check when we get to the stop sign. Still awake. It's 1:37 at night over here. Oh, dude, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope after we get off stream, if you're headed to bed, that you have a beautiful night's rest and wake up refreshed for tomorrow. Thanks for hanging with me. It's great to have a conversation while I'm riding. I know that seems weird, but if I'm streaming, I love the conversation. I'm just like surprised sometimes what we end up talking about. It's like, who knows? Who knows what it will be? I do not know. I want to just comment mostly about animals and fields on the left up here for our football fields for those in Europe. We have some football fields. I'll pan over there. Might be our last chance to see a sunset. We got an emergency vehicle going to cross in front of me. No, wait. He's waiting for me. really don't like thing. Sun is behind the trees. So if we turned and went 5 miles west, we'd lose signal, but we get a beautiful sunset. Here, I told you I would show you the soccer, or there, let me show you. I'm a man of my word. My word is my bond. It doesn't stick, but it's bonded. All right. Yeah, we should be at 250 is the goal today. The goal is to be at 250 at the end of this ride. All right, so I'm gonna check how many miles I got right now. We're at 28.6. We needed 27.5, so we should be golden. We made it, everybody. We made it. Well, let me just double check when we get back. But we should have made it. We should be all clear. We should be good to go. Oops, panning the wrong way. We should be halfway to our goal of 500 for the month. I would love to make the goal bigger. I just don't have time to bike more than that. It's an hour plus riding daily. If you take a day off, you have to add that somewhere else. So, oh yeah, absolutely I use a helmet. I'm not riding without one. Yeah, and a lot of interference in some parts. Well, I'm figuring out, it seems to be maybe it's security systems that are gonna be the culprit on that. So, all right. We will raid out right away. My mom tried to call. Her vehicle broke down. She should get her vehicle fixed tomorrow and be headed to my house before she has to get to her house. So there might be something important, but we were close enough home to just put it aside. People suck at helmets, even electric scooters. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere without one. When I was a kid, there wasn't a way I was going to use one. Okay, turn it off. Detach that. Let me switch my glasses. Pardon me. Here's the glasses. Can you read that? Trying to figure out where the best place to angle that so you can read it. There's the gimbal. There's my computer glasses. All right, all kinds of stuff that you don't need to know, but I'm just talking because otherwise you're like, why is the camera staring at the ceiling? Because my hands are busy doing other things. Okay. Oh yeah, and I gotta unplug that. But we're just gonna unplug that. No, we're gonna take that off so I can charge it. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I lived, well, there's less traffic but I was more agile. But when my kids were little, we made them ride helmets most of the time. We were in some cities when they're a little older, we didn't, you know, make a police state out of it and enforce things like that. But now I'm not riding without one. No, no thank you. I like my skull, I like my brain. I want to keep using it. Okay. Stop the ride. Say that.
Thank you, Christopher. I forget I have that muted when I leave, so I'm not having two microphones go through, so I have to unmute that. Thank you for reminding me. On the other channel, I don't want it because it'll get background noise. So thank you for reminding me. It's not going to be a computer issue. It's the data from the phone to get it to my computer. So it's going to be the upload problem of sending the signal for my computer to relay it to all of you. That's going to be the problem. So and the fact that it repeats itself in the same location to me means it's either probably a weak spot in the cell tower section, which is going to be pretty often. Like I have sections that I drive in my car and I lose signal with just a phone call. So I have no doubt that there's a cell problem there. All right, let's find somebody to raid out, everybody. So security, that's what I'm thinking, perhaps. Security scrambling the signal on purpose, but I appreciate your suggestions of checking your CPU usage. GPU, I need to dig in more into the program I'm using. That's probably a good thing. I can check the stats on that. I've got to figure that out, but oh, they're still doing that. We could go there. See who else is on at this time. Oh, I don't ever get to raid her. Let's go there. One of my mods. I'm watching you people. So we'll go raid her. All right, let me send you off with a blessing. May God's seeking comfort find you. May his loving arms bind you. May his might protect you. May his wisdom direct you. May the joyous love of Jesus Christ be with you and all those you know, both now and forevermore. Amen. Thank you, everyone, for being here with me, hanging out, giving me updates on how things are going, giving me updates on your life, hanging out, and just spending time. I appreciate you all. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day. And let's roll those credits.
Flat cap on his head, he's streaming live. Reading from the book, the word so alive. A prayer in his heart that lifts the soul. In the digital world where spirits roll. Hallelujah, from the screen we scream. Join the pastor in the holy dream, spreading love with every verse he reads, planting hope like precious seeds. He's a shepherd with a virtual flock.